Hello, Sutsudai, Jomitua, Saksabay. Okay, hope everybody's okay out there. I'm practicing my very rudimentary Khmer. Um, Sorry for the shaky camera. Um, yeah, I'm still out here at the botanical gardens, just trying to enjoy and have a pretty much a tranquil day. Uh, this place is amazing. I'm definitely going to be coming back here a lot more to do a couple walking talks and lives. So yeah, man, I'm sorry, man. I gotta get something off my chest, man. This has really been bothering me for quite some time now. Um, yeah, it's like, okay, I watched a video. Let me turn the camera a little bit. Yep, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I watched the video last week, and the video really irritated me. It was like a video about the typical talking points about Cambodia, and it's usually in a negative way. And I mean, I suppose I can choose to remain silent about it, but man, I think I'll be doing myself a disservice by not addressing it and saying something, man. Um, the video was about the best places to stay in Asia, and then, but they prefaced it by saying making Cambodia look really bad. They were saying, you know how they like to say Scambodia, but that's something that one of the neighbors kind of uses to poke fun and try and discredit the country. Um, Personal disclosure: I've only lost something one time, and that was in the capital. But that was from me being careless about something. On the whole, this country is very safe, man. Um, a lot of times people tend to, before they come here or come to different Asian countries or whatever, different countries, they watch a lot of that Western media stuff. Western media, corporate media, always have a narrative, and most of the narratives are to discredit a lot of the countries that they've subjugated in the past. You can go ahead and look up the history. Any country that you see that's struggling right now, you can you can pretty much trace that line right back to some one of the Western empires subjugating that country in some way for the minerals or to enslave the people. It can be traced right back. But anyway, that's a topic for a whole nother discussion. But me living here, and this country has given me pretty much a new lease on life. It makes me feel alive to be here. Um, so it's like if you had a relative in your family that was being picked on in school or something like that, you'd want to stand up and fight for that relative. That's how I feel about Cambodia. I'm tired of hearing people talking about scam centers and people getting kidnapped and forced into labor and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff is prehistoric history. That's just like how they still, anytime you talk about Colombia and stuff, they talk about, oh, Pablo Escobar and all this stuff. That stuff is like 30 years ago, you know. And as it relates to here now, it's like I have never seen a scam center. nor have I gone looking for one either. I know one of the places the guy was talking about is in Sihanouk. Now, there were a lot of people a couple years ago that were in some of those centers that got sent back to the respective countries. And I don't want to get too political. You never know who's listening, but it's like um, Cambodia is addressing all that stuff. They're addressing all of it. But you guys, I mean, you guys out there that's doing videos and you know, casting dispersions on this country, y'all hurting us because a lot of the people need the foot traffic to come through here to see Angkor Wat and see a lot of the museums and stuff. And when y'all keep saying stuff like that, people gonna think twice about coming by, you know. And it's totally safe, man. I feel safer here than in my city. I was last I was living was Baltimore. I wouldn't walk around late at night in Bmore. No, I'd be freaking crazy. I can do it here. Any hour, I see single females walking around by themselves, drunk, and you know, nobody bothers them. Most thing they gonna ask them is they need a tuk-tuk to go somewhere or something like that. That's the most they gonna ask them. Going back to Sihanouk, Sihanouk is usually that's the city you use in order to get over to the island of Koh Rong. There's several hostels there that a lot of the foreigners go and they spend a couple of days there and then they catch a boat over to Sihanouk. No one. There's never been any reported incident of any foreigner being kidnapped or something untoward's happening to them in the last several years. That I've never heard of nothing like that. People feel safe. I was in Sihanouk the other day. I was walking around at 3, 4 in the morning, having a beer, talking to some of the locals. I never felt unsafe. And why would people, if it was an unsafe place, why would they still have a hostel there and a couple of nice hotels where foreigners are there? If they thought it was so dangerous and why would they be constantly be building new condos, beachfront condos and stuff? Why would that be a thing? You know, so just try and think about it. Just use the logic, you know. So you guys that's doing these videos and stuff and casting dispersions on our country here, man, it's disingenuous, man. It's disingenuous. Sihanouk, like I said, it's a lot of abandoned buildings and stuff, but that happened because of COVID. And yes, the Chinese did come in. They were doing a lot of investments here around that time, and because of COVID and stuff, you know, the whole world, I mean the C word, I shouldn't say, the whole world changed, and a lot of people, you know, lost money, investments and stuff like that. And around the world that happened. So, you know, a lot of times these rumors start perpetuating and snowballing and stuff, and then it turns into you know, it goes around the world. You know, what there's a saying about how a lie travels around the world, how many times before the truth makes it, you know. Yeah, so it's like, man, y'all gotta really stop that. Stop it. You know, this country, like I talked in some other videos, you find some of the most genuine, you make some of the most genuine friendships here. And it's not about money all the time with these people. It's like they genuinely nice, and it's part of the Buddhism culture. You know, it's about peace. And you know, you see, you can make. I've been to a lot of different Asian countries and stuff. These are the most authentically nice people that you're gonna meet. So I mean, seriously, man, y'all really gotta stop this, because you know, we need the foot traffic coming in here to get, you know, to you know, so the economy can be, you know, boosted, because they're working on some different projects in order to diversify the economy and stuff. But you know, a lot of that stuff is a couple years down the road. We just built a big new airport in Phnom Penh, Teco Airport. Yeah, and a lot of these people that's talking this stuff, man, it's like people that haven't spent a lot of time here. People that just only coming here doing visa runs, or maybe they live here like 8 years ago when things were a lot different, you know, or Thailanders that's coming in because of the visa situations. They come here and they do a week or so they can go back over to Thailand and stuff. You can't compare the two. You can't compare the two cities. I mean the two countries. Uh, Thailand, I like it because of the food. The food is awesome. Hands down, you can't beat Thailand's food. Um, and the infrastructure in Thailand, you can't compare it to Phnom Penh, the capital. But for me, as a retiree, I want to be around people that genuinely love me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that more here. You know, call me gullible or whatever, but I was there in Thailand a long time, and I could tell the ones that's legitimately likes you and stuff, and the ones that's just trying to get shake you down for that dollar. And like I said, I have a lot of Khmer friends here. I've gone to the houses. I've gone out to the villages and participated in different celebrations and things like that. And yeah, yeah, that I saw somebody the other day, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, they're not used to seeing black people, and they act funny with." I've experienced more racism in the U.S. than I did here at all. Here it's not a thing. If they look at you, it's because you're different to them. They've never seen, maybe they've only seen black people on TV or whatever, but not in the capital. The capital, they've been Africans in the capital for, I think, maybe, from my knowledge, about 20 years. At one point in time, the national basketball team's coach was Nigerian, and I know there's a big soccer league now with a bunch of Nigerians, a lot of them coming from overseas. One of my good friends in the capital is Ghanaian, and Cambodians are very welcoming to all cultures. I've never, not once, felt racism here. Now, there's a thing where sometimes, not sometimes, there's a lot of times they see white skin, they're enamored with white skin, but here's what it is. That's a leftover from colonialism, but it is what it is. They still treat, that doesn't mean they treat me badly, but sometimes they'll treat the white person better. It is what it is. It doesn't stop me from enjoying my life, of doing the things I want to do. But it's been awesome, man. There's everything here. In the capital, some of the malls. The malls are better than anything in my city I left. It's the malls are on point. There's not even a mall culture in the U.S. anymore, but out here it's a big thing. Yeah, I've passed by the Rolls Royce dealership and Bentleys, and I've seen Bentleys, and I have never seen that in the States unless I'm in California or something. Here in the capital, you see it a lot. So I know the naysayers out there, oh, that's the Chinese, da-da-da, money, and da-da-da. You guys got to stop watching too many damn movies and start living. Start traveling, and before you travel, I would say at least a year before, don't watch any news. Don't watch any movies. Unlearn everything that you thought you knew about the world. Especially when Western countries tell you this person is your enemy, that person is your enemy. Always look at, you know how they say when you point the one finger, it's four pointing back at you. When they're pointing the finger at the one country, look at the four pointing back at them. I mean, all this stuff is written, man. People don't read books anymore. All that data is out there. A lot of these countries have been demonized and stuff like that. And you get here and you realize, wait a minute, but I thought you guys didn't like us. I thought you guys hated black people. I thought you guys hated I'm sorry. I thought you guys hated this one. Hey, and then you get out here, it's like, man, people just they're just happy to see you, and they talk to you. They're curious about where you come from, you know, and especially the kids. The kids really get excited. They want to practice the English on you and stuff like that, man. Me personally, I've never felt more at home anywhere else than here. And please, stop picking on my little brother. Stop picking on my little brother. So imagine you had that family member that was going to school and getting picked on. Would you stand for it? No. Stop picking on my little brother. All right? Like, subscribe, share. Do it with it what you must. All right? Lay high. I hope I said that right. I've really got to brush up on my Khmer. I'm going to start doing it in a couple more months.